Hi guys, it's Angie with YA Fiction Freaks. I am here today to do a book review for you of the second book. It's the companion to The Warrior Heir, and that is The Wizard Heir by Cinda Chima. I give this book 5 stars. 5. I love this book even more than the first. If you watched my review of The Warrior Heir, you guys know how much I loved it and how I was obsessed with it, and I love this one even more. The cover is so cool on all her books. I think she's a brilliant author. I think Stephanie Meyer's brilliant, Suzanne Collins, Cassandra Clare, J.K. Rowling. They're all very brilliant authors coming up and so creative with the worlds that they create, and she's awesome. I love the whole world that she creates, and this one this is the first companion book that I've read. I read The Forest of Hands and Teeth, but I haven't read the companion book to that. And I read Wicked Lovely, but I haven't read Ink Exchange, the companion to that. So I wasn't really sure how the companion would do, if it would be just like a whole another story about future from where that book ended, or if it would bring along the same characters. And she does bring along a lot of the main characters from the Warrior Heir into the Wizard Heir, but it's all focused around this new character that she introduces, Seth Macaulay. And he's an orphan. He was adopted, and he was orphaned, and so he has a guardian, and he's been in and out of all these exclusive private schools, and they can't keep him in them because he gets in all kinds of trouble, and so the schools don't want him, and he finally ends up at this place called the Havens that is willing to take him, and they're supposed to be known for helping troubled teen boys, because it's a secluded boys' school, and it's like on the coast of Maine. So the headmaster there is really strict on the boys and has a different way of getting them to get themselves in line and focusing, on doing what's right and staying out of trouble. It has the wizards, the warriors, the sorcerers, the enchanters, the seers. It has all of this. It introduces another character in this book. I'm not really going to tell you that. It doesn't really talk about this one on the back, and I don't want to spoil anything. But there is a little bit of romance in it. It's not a lot. It's more, to me, it's more mystery and magic and adventure. And it's really awesome. But there is a little bit of romance in it. It's not, like Twilight romance, but it kind of has that going for it. But I don't miss it. I don't miss any of that in this. There's so much action to this one, and just a lot of background that comes out. Like how the characters from the Warrior Heir, how they're intertwined with Seth, and how that all fits together. This little just how she brings all that about, because it is focused on him, and it's all about him, and then how they play a part in it, and then the way she ends the story. The next book is The Dragon Heir, and it's a companion to this book, And the way she ends this one, you can kind of see a little bit more of, you know, how that one's gonna go, and you know what they're working for, and you know that those characters are, you know, still probably going to be involved and be in that book, which to me is really neat, because I know that third book introduces another character, but yet all these people are going to be intertwined with his story or her story. So I think it's awesome. I definitely recommend that you get this book and read it if you haven't read it. I actually wanted to start the Dragon Heir right away, but I got a book from the library. It's Jessica Verde, The Hollow, and since it's from the library and I have to take it back, I decided to start reading it first. But as soon as I finish this and take that book back to the library, I am going to pick up the Dragon Heir and start reading it, because I want to know how this all ends. And then she has another one out. I believe it came out last year, The Demon King, and then the sequel to that is The Exiled Queen. And I know if it's not out already, it's coming out. And I can't wait to go pick those up. I want to read those. And as far as I know, that it's going to be a trilogy. There's a third book, and it is a series. So I can't wait to read it, because I love this set that she did, this the Heir series, or whatever she calls them. I love this set, and so I can't wait to read more of her books. I actually emailed her and talked to her a little bit when I read the Warrior Heir, and was just talking to her a little bit about the series, and telling her that I really loved the story that she did, and that I couldn't wait to read it. And she emailed me back, and she was so sweet. And I was talking to her because at that point I hadn't quite finished the book, but I told her that I was really liking it. But I was wondering if, you know, because my daughter is only 11, you know, asking her how the books were going to go, if it was something that an 11-year-old could read. And so she was so nice, and she answered my questions. And so I hope that someday I get to meet her. I'd love to have my book signed by her and get a chance to meet her, because I think she's really, really cool person. So that's all I have for now. So go get these books if you haven't gotten them. Start with the Warrior Heir, the Wizard Heir, then the Dragon Heir. Go to your library, Borders, Half Price Books, wherever bookstore you go to, and see if you can find these books, because I think you'll find that it's well worth your time. Okay, that's it for now, guys. Happy reading.